Alright, let's try this. Let's see if I can keep my thoughts coagulated and precise. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Linjino, and I am here to discuss 3.16 Atlas changes. I'm going to tell you now, I'm not the most knowledgeable about anything Atlas. As you can see by my Atlas, I haven't exactly played this much this league. Actually, this is standard, so this doesn't really count. I use this character as memes because it used to be a blade fall and no longer works. As you can see by the random fucking skill tree. Anyway, that's not the point. So with the discussion with GGG concerning 3.16, they made several statements that they were going to change the way that the Atlas was working. For example, reducing the amount of regions on each map, right? Now, what this means, right? If I were to remove, I'm playing the wrong game recently, so it's all fine. If I were to remove these, this is basically now one region. If I'm understanding correctly of how they want to do it. If they do it this way, they could do it this way. It would make more sense to do this. But that's probably what they're going to do. They're probably going to set the Watchstones to being basically how I'm putting them now. And this will be this will be 1, 2, 3, 3? Now obviously we're going to have to readjust how the regions work, and then 4, right? Now, they also mentioned reducing the quantity of maps from 164 to 100. Now, I was doing research because I didn't want to walk into this video completely uninformed, and I found multiple posts about just the general like how they will be making changes. So I went out, grabbed some information, and then decided to copy paste it. If I grabbed it from people, as you can see, I put who they were here, so I'm not plagiarizing, and so on and so forth. Oh, my phone's about to die. Whoops. Anyway, so we have from James Worth, he says do not take away the 60 extra maps, which I can agree, don't, because that's just left to do. They did say that if they do remove all 60 of those maps, 64 technically, but 64-ish of those maps, they would treat them as Zona missions, treat them like they would Zona missions, and rotate them out each league, which would be a huge hassle on just people who really enjoy the particular maps. Like, I think Canyon map is the one where you just run in a straight line, run back to your portal. Run in a straight line, kill the boss, activate a portal, open up a new one, run in a straight line. Like, pretty much that's the map. Some leagues, Canyon just would not be a thing. That would not be very good for people who like to speed farm that particular region. Make the Atlas bonus 100, cap it, so make this max out at 100. These two max out at 100, so people can go out and do the 100 that they want, but not feel forced and obligated to go out and do all 160 of those maps. So he's stating this could serve as a way to increase the drop chance of maps with bonus completed for better maps. So saying also we don't have to complete the whole Atlas for the whole bonus. It could only be a completionist thing. So if you really wanted to, you could go out and be like, hey, I want to get all 160 of these maps. I'm going to go out and do 160 of these damn maps. Um, why is it cutting off? Hello? Anyway, it doesn't matter. I don't know why it's doing that. PoE is being weird. Now, oh, it's because of this. With that being said, right? We have is like make the favorite system set a quantity of maps in the region instead of the whole region completed, or even X number of maps in each tier inside the region. So people can't have the favorite system until they have 4 Watchstones in the region, if that's a problem. I'd argue that we'd at least get 1 favorite slot when we're in T10 maps or so, but whatever. So basically he's saying, from what I understand, because I don't know why my brain did not work when reading that, the favorite system would need to be changed because, fewer maps, favorite system needing to be changed, because also fewer regions. He's saying that instead of getting it, I literally just closed PoE, but instead of having it so that you need to have, I believe it's all unique maps, all bonus objectives, and then one other one, I don't remember, but I think those are the 2 that I can think of off the top of my head. Instead of having to have those 3 criteria, get them at certain points. So, like T7, T12, and T16 maps in the region. So basically, later on in the Atlas progression, once we have our 4 Watchstones in that region, we will have all 3 of the favorites tabs. Now, to progress into the next thing from Tainted Fate, so this is referring to the Atlas bonus that you get for each Awakener level. So like how many maps drop, the amount of master missions you get, and things of that sort. Because it was nerfed a league or 2 ago. I don't know why, but they nerfed it into like basically making it not usable. It's like increased effective map modifier for 20%, increased chance of getting master missions by 10, increased chance of map drop 1 tier higher. So if you have a T15, it'd be in a T16 map that would be higher. It would be 160 if you have all of them. Right? So it's and from this math, it would be at max. It would be at 160 maps. It would be 20%, 10, and 160. At 80 maps, it would be 10, 5, and 80. Based on how this math is looking like it's being done. It's like now we have 1 bonus left that was a drawback of making maps harder. It hardly can be called a bonus. It's like this I don't really know much about, because it's like and this can be the reward of completing the Atlas twice. How you complete the Atlas twice, I'm not entirely sure, unless you're referring to like you get all of your you get 2 of your Watchstones in each region, and then that's that, and then you get your next 16, and that's that. I still think the huge part of the Metamorph League was basically what he's saying is one of the reasons why he thinks that Metamorph League was such a popular league was because it gave a lot of map sustain. Which is true. It gave a lot of map sustain. I'm terrible at the game. Horrible. Like I got to red maps in Ultimatum and in Metamorph because I started back playing in Blight at the very end of Blight. Because after not having played since like Vol side areas were introduced, which was fucking forever ago. But yeah. So I have to learn everything all over again. But yeah, basically what he's saying is that the reason that it was so popular is because of the map sustain. You didn't have to worry about, am I going to drop a map? It's like, I have a map, it's better than what I have, I can progress my Atlas. Because recently, I know at least me in particular, I have a full-time job, and I come home, play, and I actually run out of maps before I can do anything. So I have to go to Zana, use currency to buy new maps and then progress. Like sometimes I don't make that currency back for like 1 or 2 maps before I had to go and do it again, because sometimes they cost like 2 or 3 chaos, and I do not drop personally 2 or 3 chaos, and I'm not doing the chaos recipe because I just don't have it set up in my filter. I would suggest removing these bonuses in hard mode. Basically, he's saying like remove, basically keep hard mode the way that it is, and to reduce the chance of a Watchstone drop. No, because I know I'm gonna try hard mode whenever it first comes out, just to try it out and see how it is. But don't make it harder on the people that are already making it hard on themselves to play the game because you want to be an ass. No, like that doesn't make any sense. If you want the game to be harder, they're already making it so that rare monsters are pretty much one of the exclusive ways of getting rare items in the game, from what I understand of what they're doing with hard mode. We don't need it to be any more difficult. Like, no. I'm sorry, but no. And then we go to what GGG actually states. This is their verbatim, copy-pasted. Like, I have it right over here, verbatim, copy-pasted. Right here. I know that was the Google page, but I had it backspaced. But in 3.16, we plan to reduce the atlas to 4 regions rather than 8. This means players need to defeat 16 rather than 32. 16 conquerors rather than 32. There will be 100-ish maps to complete rather than 160. Like in the future, we will shuffle layouts in and out of the atlas between expansions in the same way we rotate Azana. We will be mindful that each expansion should include a variety of different map layouts, including ones that are most popular with players. Various adjustments will be made to Atlas bonuses so that you can still receive the correct total of awakening levels and overall Atlas completion bonus, despite having played less content to reach that point. So this is pretty much the main reason I decided that I would make this video, right? Because they're saying that they're reducing the amount of conquerors needed to get there. Meaning that at the current state, if they were to cut out half of the conquerors needed, I don't know why my back is hurting so fucking much, but it is. If they cut out half of the conquerors needed, right, we would go from Awakener 8 to Awakener 4 in the span of like immediately. Because that's when patches happen. They're not going to gradually lower regions. So that will mean either one of 2 things in my head. There might be more options, but off the top of my head, I can think of 2. Right? 1, every 2 Watchstones you get will increase your Awakener bonus. Right? So you will go from, instead of needing, I had this open because I realized I might close my PoE and show Watchstones. Instead of having 4 in total across the entire atlas in order to increase your Awakener level 1, so 1, 2, 3, 4, Awakener 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, Awakener 2, it will be 1, 2, Awakener 1, 1, 2, Awakener 2. Or they're just going to make the game harder. Like in my brain, that's one of the 2 ways they can do it. Either it can be 1, 2, Awakener 1, or 1, 2, Awakener 2, or they can do 1, 2, Awakener 2, 1, 2, Awakener 4. Which, for a lot of people, won't really matter, because a lot of people, they don't really care, because they're using pre-made builds, because a lot of people don't like to make their own freaking build. But for guys like me, I make my own builds. Yes. No. Well, I didn't change one. But I make my own builds. Minion, like all of them. And there isn't really like a set way of going about it, which is why I'm trying to learn how to do it. Ignore this one. That was an idea, but not gonna work. Yeah, it's gonna make that significantly harder, which I understand. That's fine. I don't really care about the game getting harder. It just makes me have to push a bit harder. But yeah, that's pretty much the main way my brain thinks that they're going to do it. 1 2 1 1 2 2, or 1 2 2 1 2 4. No, wait, no. Yeah, like the equivalent, not actually 1 2 2 1 2 4, but the equivalent of such, so that we can have all 16 Watchstones and have the Awakener 8 equivalent, but actually only having Awakener 4. And then we can have the Awakener passive tree thing that gives you the Awakener 9, the Awakener 5, which they can be weird about it and double that to make it even harder, because aspirational content, the people that are going, Awakener 9 is too easy, I want something harder. As me, I've never killed Sirius. I've come close to a couple times, but I've never actually killed him. On Awakener 8. I've never killed him lower, but also I've only ever come close to killing him in standard because I get bored or I just forget that the game exists. But yeah, we have, so that's my thoughts. 1 2 1 and 1 2 2, or 1 2 2 1 2 4 equivalents. I don't think that's gonna be how it works now that I think about it, with how they have the Awakener bonus addition in the Maven tree for the Awakener. It'll be cool if they do. It'll give people like Fast as Fuck and MBX Dream and Empyrean and all his guys to do harder content for memes, because that's all Fast as Fuck is, and MBX likes to do memes. So, and then Empyrean, he is memes, and it's great. I love it. But yeah, that's my thoughts on it all. If you disagree, or you have any other ideas on how they can do this, or what they could do, feel free to comment if you ever see this. But yeah, that's basically my thoughts on this entire new Atlas. It's basically they're going to have to readjust the lines a bit, because, you know, this is not going to be a region. It would be more like a small pie. Well, big slices, but a small pie. So slice, 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 slice. I hope it's a bit more random, kind of like how they have this. But, you know, that's what it'll be. But yeah, that's it. 3.16 is going to be interesting. With Scourge, I actually haven't watched the trailer. I've only seen, basically, I've just seen, why is it? Anyway, I've just seen what the league mechanic looks like, and then I've seen the corrupted looking fusing orb, which people have speculated to having better odds of 6 linking, but also a chance of corrupting your item, which I will never use, because odds are I'm not gonna 6 link the item, and with my luck, I'm just gonna brick my item. Actually, I might just go and look at that right now. But yeah, I hope that you enjoyed, and I will see everyone next time. Bye!